This morning I'm going to go over how to convert another image from Burke Lake to black and white. I've picked this one because it has all these raindrops that I really like. So I'm going to, first of all, I don't think I need this area down here. And so I'm going to go up to the crop. I'm going to crop it square, so select one by one, and then just adjust it until I get to where I want, which is about there. And then I'm going to find my white point, which means I'm holding the shift button down and going over here, double clicking on where it says white. And same thing with blacks. Now, this is a little bright for me, so I'm going to bring the highlights down. And the shadows can probably come up a little bit. You know, I'm looking now at this branch here. I think it might be a little bit too distracting, so I'm going to just crop it a little bit more. And I don't like that either, so that. Okay, so now I've got my white point set and the highlights rolled back. I'm going to add a little dehaze to that so I can bring back some of the water and clear up some of this. And then I'm going to go Command E, and it's going to take me over to Photoshop. And in Photoshop, I'm going to try to change this black to black and white and emphasize where these bright white raindrops are. The first thing I do is Command J and add a layer, so I've got a record of where I am and where I started. And I'll try the easiest thing, it'd be to add an adjustment layer, black and white, and I've got a lot of orange here and here, so we're going to get rid of that yellow, which would bring the terrain down, and then the water has sort of got some blue in it, so we'll try and bring that down. And blue. Oh, it's so red. There's enough orange in the red. So that just brings those colors down and lets me focus in on the raindrops. So that's certainly one way to do it. I might want to add a little drama to this. So I'm going to go up to Browse and Bridge. And it's open up Adobe Bridge. Be sure it doesn't open it up on another screen. There we go. And what I'm looking for is some paper textures. Yeah, those old colored paper. Okay. I kind of like that because it's got a little texture in it. I'm going to add, I opened that up, and now so I got another tab in Photoshop. So I'm just going to change my cursor over to move, and then move this over here. And I'm going to go Command T and hold the shift button down so I can pull this to a square. Now, of course, the issue is everything's covered up. So the first thing I want to do is I want to convert it to black and white. So I'm just going to pull this layer, call this paper. I'm going to pull the paper layer below the black and white layer, and that should convert that to black and white, which it is. It does. And now what I want to do is blend the paper with the picture level, so that I've got this and I want to blend this into it. So we'll just try a variety of blends. Usually soft light works the best. There's the overlay. It depends how abstract I want to get it. I find that kind of interesting. Okay, but it's awfully bright. I mean, not bright, but the paper is awfully noticeable, so I'm going to try to lower that a little bit. And that has some interesting effects. It highlights the dots, so it brings this red out and this yellow. So it's bringing the colors back, but the colors are coming back from the paper, not from the drawing itself. I kind of like that. I'm not sure. I wonder if I can get rid of the red. Well, let's try an adjustment layer. Hue saturation. I'm going to go over here to reds and bring the saturation all the way down. And I'm going to go to the yellows. I'm going to bring the saturation all the way down. Okay, so that's a little bit better, although, you know, maybe some of the reds won't look too bad. So I'm going to bring just a little bit up in the yellows, just a little bit up. Now I'm not liking the bottom here, but I think that's pretty good. So there's my black and white back on. Almost no difference, and I kind of like the blue phase. So I'm going to collapse all that and save it. Go back to Lightroom. There's the image. And that's not too bad. I might want to since I didn't like the bottom part, the foreground, I might just do that. So there's sort of what I had in mind when I started. It is sort of black and white. I knew I was looking to emphasize the raindrops. I think I did that. And I did it by um, overlaying it with a piece of old brownish red paper. And this is where the red spots were. This is where the yellow spots, which sort of looks like a nighttime moon. So anyway, that's, you have it.